Welcome everybody back to MaxspeedTV. Tonight, the Downforce Racing Series continues season 13 here for round number 4 at Iowa, the community swimming pool, as I have called it for so long since I joined MaxspeedTV. The great Rudy Cummings called it this, and well, I've kind of grown accustomed to it, but Iowa Raceway, Iowa Speedway, as it is known for everybody out there. Of course, Brady Kennedy, how are you doing out there tonight, brother? Well, a small field out here this evening, so not a whole lot of drivers. Should be a quick race, but we do have stages still we've got to go through here tonight. You know, stage points are, of course, part of Downforce, winning the race, leading a lap, most laps led. Everybody knows the drill. 100% fuel, no tire limits, as always. 140 laps here tonight, so most of your tracks, mile and a half that they go to, are going to be at least 140 laps. So a lot of things are going to stay the same throughout the season unless they get to, you know, a short, a super speedway or road course. That will change. But 210 miles, as I said, no tire limits, 100% fuel. Tires could become an issue later on down the road. Track position, I think, here at Iowa, probably going to be the bigger key, taking care of your car. They do get 3 fast repairs. I don't really foresee anybody using a fast repair here tonight unless something major happens. You know, with 12 drivers, I don't foresee any big wrecks. So, but then again, you know, it is racing. These guys are going to be going out here running neck and neck for at least a few laps until they do get, you know, heat built up in those tires. And then, you know, as the tires wear down, they're going to get a little bit separated here. But pit road here in Iowa, 40 miles an hour with a pace speed of 50. Taking a look here at our stages and our point standings. Stage 1, white at 35, checkered when they hit 36. Stage 2, white at 70, checkered when they hit, or caution when they hit 71. Coming into round number 4 here tonight in the point standings, Jeff Hollingsworth up in the top spot at 236. Getting a little bit more of a gap there on Austin Williams, who was up a spot into second at 194, 42 points behind Jeff. Charlie Woods up a spot into third at 178, 58 behind the leader and 16 behind Austin. Stephen Cross down 2 in fourth at 171, 65 behind the leader and 7 behind Charlie. PK, Paul Crumrah up 2 into 5th at 145, 91 behind the leader and 26 behind Steven. Then we hit down here to Chris Gutierrez, our defending champion, who is not here tonight for some oddball reason. He is up 5 spots into 6th at 142, 94 behind the leader and 3 behind PK. Dave Hunt in up 2 spots into 7th at 133, 103 behind the leader and 9 behind Chris. Lonnie Barrington up down 2 spots into 8th at 132, 105 or 104 behind the leader and 1 behind Dave Hunt. Now to Hanover Fist, Terry Adams and Mike Whitaker. Terry up a spot, Mike down 4. Tied for the 9th position at 126, 110 points behind the leader, but only 6 behind Lonnie. Getting over here to Mr. Anderson, John Anderson, down 3 spots into 11th, 123, 113 behind the leader and 3 behind Whitaker and Adams. Rick Webb is going to stay where he's at in 12th at 92, 144 behind the leader and 31 behind John. Ronald McManus up a spot into 13th at 80 points even, 156 behind the leader and 12 behind Rick. Robert Bob Lacavara up 4 spots into 14th at 76 points, 160 behind the leader and 4 behind McManus. Bob is not here tonight as of right now. He could be on vacation or not here, or something's going on. He might be out in chat. We'll see. But and then get down here to 15th, down 2 spots is John Gallagher at 70 points, 166 behind the leader and 6 behind Bob. And Fred Williams up 5 spots, cracking the top 16 here in 16th at 58 points, 178 behind the leader and 12 behind John Gallagher. And as I said, folks, right now only 12 drivers here tonight So, looks like it is going to be a small field, and if nobody else joins, a guaranteed top 12 for everybody here tonight. So, good points night, kind of a shake-up as well it possibly could be, but we'll kind of see what happens. We're going to go ahead here with about 30 seconds left, step aside, play the national anthem provided by Madison Rising. Hang tight, folks. Qualifying here in Iowa will be underway when we come back.
Can you see by the dawn's early light what so proudly we hailed at the twilight's last gleaming, whose broad stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight. Oh, the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets ran fast, the bombs bursting in air gave proof through the night that our flag was still there. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land under the frame, and the home of the brave. Because we are the brave. Yes, we are the brave. We'll fight you in the name of the brave. We are the US of A. For those unaware, that flag is still there. It's our future to save. Stand of the brave, the US of A. Oh, say does that star-spangled banner yet wave o'er the land of the free, and the
This is Rio of Madison Rising, and you're watching MaxspeedTV.
Alrighty, folks, we are back. Qualifying is underway here tonight. And right now, Dave Hunt sits at the top here with a 24-200 even. What a lap there by Dave Hunt. It was between Dave and Charlie for a few laps there, and Dave pulls it out barely 24 thousandths of a second ahead of Charlie Woods. Chris Walker into third, Jeff in fourth, and Hanover right now top five. It does look like everybody has qualified, put in their laps. It does look like PK is really, as my brother said last week, and I believe it was, and PK reminded me here tonight, PK not having it his way here right now. Currently running in 8th in qualifying. Everybody should know the BK have it your way. Well, in this case, it's PK, so we're going to probably be using that from now on. But Dave Hunt it looks like, going to be our pole sitter here this evening, as, like I said, all 12 drivers out here has qualified. So we're going to give it just a few more minutes. I do see Brendan. I do see you out in chat. I do see it about 4 to 5, 6 people out there tuning in. I know not a big field out here this evening, folks, but nonetheless, I think it's still going to be a great race out here put on by Downforce. Not a whole lot of people like Iowa, but, you know, if it's on the schedule and you're vying for a championship, you know, I would be one of those drivers. Get out here and race it up. Heck, I would even race a road course just for points. But that's just me. You know, I know a lot of people don't like to do that, but hopefully everybody has their coffee or beverage that they got ready to watch some racing. We're going to go ahead and I guess pull Dave Hunt down here real quick and have a talk with him. Dave, buddy, down there to 53, you got a copy, man?
Yeah, I got you, Josh.
Hey, man, well, looked like you stepped away, but 3 minutes, 30 seconds left here in qualifying. Not a huge field out here tonight, buddy, but you are going to grab the pole, it looks like, man, out here. And it was between you and Charlie. It looked like you guys were going back and forth, and you managed to grab the top spot. But it's Iowa, man, round number 4, still early in the season. How you feeling about Iowa here tonight?
This track's going to take a lot of concentration. Sort of like a Pocono and a Martinsville all mixed up into one, and maybe a little bit of Richmond in there. But I guess I could consider this my home track because this is where I grew up in Iowa. So even though I live in Texas now, but I'll take it. Hopefully I can. It's just like I said, this is going to take a lot of concentration on this one, especially coming out of turn 4, so you don't spin the thing out.
So coming out of 4, it's really loose.
Well, it depends on how you get on the throttle. That's the thing. Yeah, you just got to take it very easy.
So kind of baby it and you'll be all right.
Yeah, as long as you baby it. Yeah, maybe the slower you go, the faster you'll get. That's probably what's going to happen.
All right, so kind of throwing in about 3 or 4 different tracks there of Iowa. Now I usually call this a swimming pool. Just fill it up with water. Nobody likes racing here.
Yeah, I've raced here in all different kinds of on this iRacing thing. And I don't know, I like it. It's a fun track. I like the shorter tracks anyway.
Well, 24-200, man, quick enough, dude. So awesome job, awesome pole out here tonight, Dave. You know, you're going to get things going. Heck, we still got 2 minutes here. Do you think tires could become an issue? I mean, I know we got stages and unlimited tires, but do you think that could be a problem in after the second stage?
Yeah, that's a good question. I didn't do any long run practice, so I guess I'll find out during the race if I'm gonna have to need to take tires or not.
Well, hey man, I guess that's always just the plan, just to jump in, dive in, and do it, right?
Yeah, we'll just see what happens.
Yeah.
I know there's some other fast guys out here too, so should be a fun, entertaining race to watch.
Oh, yeah, and I like it when people say, oh, I hate this track, and then they end up, either grabbing a top 5, top 3, or maybe even win the thing. So, yeah, I'm talking to you, Jeff. So, so Dave, good luck down there, buddy. Again, man, congratulations on the pole here tonight, man.
Hey, appreciate it, Josh.
Yep. All right. I know Jeff will watch the broadcast afterwards, so it's going to be pick on Jeff today here. So I'm going to go ahead and bring him down here real quick. Hand over fist tonight. Hand over, buddy. Got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Hey, man, it's early. I know not a whole lot of drivers out here tonight. We got about 40 seconds left. You're going to be qualifying 5th here out of the 12 drivers. It's Iowa, man. It's a quick track for what it is. What do you think about Iowa here on round number 4?
It sucks. Just like every other driver that'll tell you during the interviews or afterwards, it sucks. It's the closest track to me, and I still say it sucks. But it's a track. You have a car. You have 2 hours and whatever minutes available. You race.
Yeah. Well, I mean, like I said, we shouldn't have many cautions out here tonight. A couple of stages for sure, but. Do you think we could possibly see maybe a yellow or two outside of that?
Oh yeah, it's really easy, especially as the tires wearing. Your load of fuel lightens up. The ass end gets a little tricky. You could definitely do an overlip coming into a corner and spin yourself real easy. So, again, you just have to. It's Iowa. You have to tippy-toe like it's a hockey rink.
Well, I guess we'll find out. We see you down there, and of course the normal 69 Van Halen machine. So, good luck down there. Hand over, man. Guaranteed top 12 regardless of what happens. So, good luck.
Thank you, sir.
Yep. All right. Well, we were able to get 2 interviews in here tonight. Always good to get a couple of interviews in before the race gets going. But we're going to go ahead and MaxspeedTV grid them up here tonight. I actually need to change that emblem as well to another emblem. But anyway, it'll still be the MaxspeedTV starting grid regardless. Well, Dave Hunt, we already talked to him with a 24-200 even. Grabbing the pole out here tonight. Charlie was almost in charge, but unfortunately, he's going to start on the outside of second, outside here in second, so he is going to be in charge of the 97, who's going to be right up there in front of him on the start here. Chris Walker third, Hollingsworth there in fourth, Hanover fifth, who we just talked to. Austin Williams sixth, Mike Whitaker seventh, PK there in eighth, John Anderson ninth, and Ronald McManus 10th. Fred Williams in 11th, and Daniel Williams 12th here tonight. So only 12 drivers out here tonight, folks. Not the biggest field we've seen, but definitely not the smallest either. All right, well, the pace car will dive off to the safety of pit road here momentarily. Dave Hunt, Charlie Woods up at the top spot. They will get 2 laps here, so next time by, we will get going, and it could be a quick race. I'm not sure. I know it's not 140 miles. I don't know exactly how big Iowa is. It's 7/8 of a mile, so it's the fastest short track on the planet. I don't know about that. I think Bristol's right up there with them, folks. I would have to argue that fact. Bristol, the last great Coliseum, Iowa, two great short tracks. So I think I would actually have to argue what is faster. Throw your arguments out there as well. We'll try to read them off. Here we go, folks. Pace car, dive off to the safety of pit road. Pull those belts out one more time. Green is out. Boogity, 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 folks. We are racing here tonight at Iowa. Already already side by. Gotta get some heat built up in these tires, guys. Come on, just keep it clean for at least a lap or two. You'll be all right. Watching Austin Williams here in the middle, 3 wide. Are we gonna go 3 wide? No, we're not. But boy, that was close. Dave Hunt is gonna take the first lap here this evening. We are now down to 139 laps to go. Oh, they're putting in about 30-second laps, so still going to take a little bit of time to get through the race. But, oh, PK falling backwards. It was 3 wide there real quick. Hanover fist, PK, and Chris Walker was in the middle there, and I think Hanover backed out of that real quick as Mike Whitaker there, the 707 on the outside. There is John Anderson, who is not in TeamSpeak this week. Not entirely sure why Mr. Anderson is not in TeamSpeak. Going to give him a hard time about it later. Ronald McManus falling back here into that 12th spot in the eyeball machine. That's what I'm going to call it. John Hanover going at it. You got Chris and Mike going at it up here for that 6th spot. Chris is going to take it. Chris fell back from 3rd to 6th. Dave still leading the way, single file here. Hollingsworth started 4th and 3rd. Austin started 6th in 4th now. PK started 8th and 5th. So we did see some movement already from the back to the front, from the back, or from the front to the back. So we are definitely seeing some of these guys kind of move around. All right, so they're putting in 24-second laps. My bad, 24 seconds. So they're going to be able to put in about 2 laps a minute. Going to go by pretty quick. If we stay green, of course. We got to stay green. We start getting those dreadful, rubber ducky yellows out there. That, this race could, continue on for a couple of hours. All right, Dave still leading the way. Getting some separation already between some of the drivers. We still have John kind of poking his way up through the field, 1 car at a time. He is going to be able to get around Mike Whitaker. Now he's got his eye set on the 023 of Chris Walker. Since we only have 1 Chris in the field tonight, gonna be a little bit easier to keep an eye out on. Chris Gutierrez and Chris Walker spell their name different. One's with a C, one's with a K. But 97 of Hollingsworth, he was up to 3rd at one point. He's back to 5th as PK up to 4th and Austin up to 3rd now. John and Chris going at it here, seeing it side by side. John starting to fall back out of turn number 2. Battling Chris Walker now. Already, Dave Hunt is leading the way. Is he burning up his tires here early on, or is he keeping it calm? Well, we'll see. First and second, though, still right there, 1-2. Just not really early on here. I mean, we've seen a few battles, a few passing going on, but really right now, there just really isn't anything we need to really, well, I'll say that, and Hanover Fist and Chris Walker decides they're going to make it interesting back here for that 8th spot, side by side. We'll see here, and Hanover hasn't completed it yet, but he is trying to, and still working on that 023, and it looks like he is going to be able to complete it there. John Anderson and Mike Whitaker was doing a little bit of a battling, not too much. Everybody giving everybody a lot of room. You see the gap from the 56 to the 707 in between them. So a lot of room being given. And John went really up, pretty far up high there. Almost hit the wall, it looked like. Here at Iowa, though, you're pretty much on that wheel the whole time. We get a cockpit view onto Mike Whitaker here, and you can pretty much see how often they are on the wheel, turning it pretty much throughout the whole track. Maybe slight turn on the front stretch there, and then back down into the 1 and 2, and then you do straighten up for about 3 seconds or so, 3 to 5, 10 seconds or so on the back stretch, and then right back down into turn number 3, back on the steering wheel. So you're pretty much on the steering wheel the whole time here at Iowa. It is not it's not hold it straight and go and turn left. It's be very, very careful and turn left, as Hanover was saying. Getting up here, it looks like a battle up here. Jeff and PK going at it real quickly. Jeff back up into the 4 spot where he started. PK 8th to 5th, so right now top 5 for him. Now look at that, John, Mike, and Hanover, and Chris all right here, 6th through 9th. Looking at a potential of, a 4-car battle here, possibly 3 wide. And, I mean, 3 wide, we've already seen them do it, so, I mean, they could make it interesting and go 4 wide. Who knows with these guys? I don't think I'd go 4 wide this early, but, still, nevertheless, out of turn 4 through the little D shape here up top. John holding it. Mike, though, right there. He's not giving up on Mr. Anderson. Well, John's running that mid to high line. And out of, 707 pushing up. Got a little loose maybe. We've seen Hanover push up. Got a little loose there. So these 4 drivers are now about the most interesting thing on the track right now. And as I say that, Charlie. Austin goes up into 2nd. Getting around Charlie, sending him back to 3rd. Going back here to these 4 again. Chris Walker, Hanover Fist, Mike Whitaker, and John Anderson. These guys are still pretty much neck and neck. Fred Williams hanging back here doing Fred things. Daniel Williams doing Daniel things. And Ronald McManus just hanging back here doing Ronald things. So them 3, big gap between them 3. Fred 3 seconds behind Hanover, and then this group here of 4. And, I thought, whoa, Chris, is he going to take it up the gap? No, not going to be able to do it. I thought for a second Chris Walker was going to go 3 wide there with the 56 of John and the 69 of Hanover, but not going to do it. Hanover finally getting around the 56. Here comes Chris Walker to the inside out of 2. John going to have the run, going to have the line, now down into 3. Coming up on stage 1, though, folks, here pretty quickly. Already 28 laps into this race. I've only been live for 38 minutes. Right, whoa, wrong thing. Next week, Pocono, the tricky triangle. We'll talk more about that later on into tonight's broadcast. That could be another track that could play a factor into the point standings as well. Right now, though, everybody keeping it calm, collected. Chris and John doing some battling back here. Pretty close, too, boy. John was right there on the tail end of Chris, and well, I'm trying to figure out what John's doing, and it looks like he's not going to be able to keep it up there to Chris Walker. Right now, though, the top 12, Dave, Austin, Charlie, Jeff, PK, Mike, Hanover, Chris, John Anderson, Fred Williams, Daniel Williams, and Ronald McManus all the way back here in 12th. And our leader is actually right there, Dave Hunt. Out of 2 is Ronald. Coming out of 2 here momentarily is Dave. So Ronald looking to go a lap down here, but we possibly could get to stage 1 before that happens. And then, of course, Ronald would be still on the lead lap. But as we hit lap number 33, Dave Hunt has led the first 32 laps here tonight. Looks like he is going to try to lead a lot more as Jeff and Charlie go door to door back here for that 3rd spot. Of course, stage points on the line as well. Lap 34 next time by. White flag will be in the air. Fred Williams, John Anderson, they are still duking it out back here for 9th. Getting back over here to Dave Hunt coming out of turn number 4. Getting around the 78 to put him a lap down. White flag is going to be in the air. 1 to go for stage number 1 here. And it looks like Dave just might pull a stage 1 off here, leading all the first 35 laps here tonight. And out of turn number 4, it is going to be Dave Hunt in the number 53, grabbing stage number 1 here tonight. All right, well, we're going to be able to talk to Dave here again and kind of get an idea on how the tires felt after those 36 grueling laps. I'm sure they definitely fell off. From what I'm seeing, about a second, roughly. We'll find out more information here in just a minute from Dave Hunt. but he is going to come down pit road, and Roddle did have to stay out, get his lap back here. So with him being the only driver 1 lap down, he will be able to get his lap back as Dave Hunt. Man, they got a track all the way around here, and he's going to slide into his pit box here in that Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University 53. Taking some right side tires, some left side tires. Might as well. They're free. All right, well, let's go ahead and get Mr. Dave back down here real quick. Dave, buddy, got a copy?
Yeah, I got you.
Well, stage 1, a winner here. Doesn't look like you had to work very hard for it. But then again, I'm not down to racing, man. Talk about it. How did the first 36 laps feel?
Actually, that felt pretty good. As long as you weren't pushing it, you were doing all right.
Well, I noticed here on my timing screen and everything, it looks like it was about a second fall off. Can you verify what the fall off really was in 36 laps?
Yeah, that sounds about right.
About right? About right. Okay.
Yep.
So about a second fall off at about 36 laps. So, okay. So, did they start to come in toward the end, or what?
About after a couple laps.
About after a couple of laps, you could really feel them.
Yeah, I just wasn't pushing them very hard. So
okay. So
I don't know what it'll do in traffic because I wasn't around anybody. So.
Yeah, exactly. Well, you did lead. You did lead all the laps in the first stage. You won stage 1. And it looks like from up here you got it in the books, but that's not the case. We got a long way to go.
No, you don't count your chickens before they're
No,
hatched here.
exactly. So what do you got to do to continue to run this pace you're doing and being consistent?
Just stay focused. That's what I got to do in this track. If my mind starts wandering, then my car's gonna wander.
Oh man! So just stay focused. Don't worry about me. Don't worry about the other drivers. Just do you,
Yep.
Basically.
Yep, sort of like at Darlington, you got to race the track, not anybody around you.
All right. Well, we got another stage to go, and then a shootout to the end, man. So good luck out there, buddy, and congratulations on the stage 1 victory.
All right, appreciate it, Jeff.
Yep. You're welcome, buddy. All right. Well, that is Dave Hunt, our stage 1 winner here. Got to get set for stage number 2. And I'm going to go ahead and set all this. All right. So it does look like Fred did use one of his 3 resets, but he still has 2. Well, all right, here we go. Coming to the restart. Stage 2 would be lap 41. So that is going to put us at 30 to go for this stage. So not quite the 36 laps that we ran for stage 1. It's going to be about 30 laps, 41 to 71. Yeah, about 30 laps. So we're going to have just a little bit of a 30-lap shootout here. And Dave Hunt is going to be getting us going with Austin Williams there to his outside started 6th. Charlie there in 3rd. PK 4th, and Mike Whitaker rounding out the top 5 here. And here we go. Pace car off and away and into the Geico start zone here tonight. Dave Hunt is on the loud pedal. We are back and away here tonight for the Downforce Racing Series Season 13. Round number 4 here at Iowa. And it looks like everybody got off to a good start. We got Daniel Williams and Jeff doing some quick battling back here. Jeff is going to make the pass over him. Now he's got his eye set on Mr. Anderson. Fred Williams. Oh, Fred pushing up. Jeff had to go way low there. Fred, whoa, buddy. Oh, Jeff coming right up on your tail. Gonna have to be very, very careful back here. Gonna be keeping an eye on it. Looks like Fred gonna go low. Jeff gonna go to the high side. Fred going way up. Whoa, way up is Fred Williams into the wall. Jeff gonna make the pass on the low side. Right behind him, we did see, it looks like Daniel and Ronald do a quick battle right behind them there. And that was really about it. Dave is still leading the way. I wouldn't count anybody else out though, because anything can happen. You know, Dave has a slight mistake or whatever. You know, Austin's going to put a little bit more pressure on him, it looks like, this time around. We'll find out. Yep, there he is looking. Whoa, keeping it really tight there, really close. Austin moving to the high side. Dave moving to the high side, out of 2, now already down into 3. Boy, that didn't take long. Ronald and Fred. Fred back into the 12th spot. As we get up front, a battle for the lead. Austin Williams, our new leader. Oh, Austin got a little loose. That's going to put Dave back to the outside. Between 3 and 4, and coming out of 4, who's gonna get it? Austin leads his first lap here tonight, getting by Dave Hunt, and that has brought Paul Crumrye from 8th to 3rd. We have already seen Paul up toward this area before. And Charlie started in 2nd. So, you know, even though we've got guys that kind of started up toward the front and they're in the back now, guys that started in the back toward the front, you know, of course, anything is still possible. Like Chris right here started 3rd. He is running in 7th. So, you know, a lot can change even with 12 drivers. Getting back here to John Anderson and Jeff Hollingsworth representing the pink down there in the 97. You know, we got, looks like a pink number and pink rims. Breast Cancer Awareness Month, so big shout out to Jeff on that. And boy, I thought Dave there for a minute, seen a quick battle where I did in my timing screen. And oh, Austin, no, Austin's blinking. This is not good for Awesome Austin, as I like to call him. Oh, I'm sure Dave Hunt is well aware. Oh, something's going on with Fred here. Oh, what happened to Fred? Let's see here. Did he pop the wall? Oh, he did. Yep. Oh, and heavy front damage on that 95. He is going to come down pit road here. Man, tough break for Fred, and golly, Austin, and down to the inside is Dave. Austin way up to the wall, scrapes the wall. Dave back to the inside, trying to get around the 15. Seen Jeff and some of the guys back here doing some battling, but boy, Austin fighting him real hard. Gotta get up here, though, because this battle for the lead is still going on. And, man, Austin just keeps going in and out. Rufus. That's my brother out there, everybody. Hey, now. You know better than that. I don't even know if you have Iowa, bub. It's another one of those tracks I don't think you've got. The community swimming pool is what I like to call it. Right now, though, Austin, whoa, very tight there between Austin and Dave. Boy, you could not put a piece of paper between them two. That was close, boy. If they would have got any closer, somebody would have went around. It would have either been Austin or Dave. Boy, Austin's still blinking. Man. And I can't stay on Austin Williams. He keeps going in and out. It's like a light bulb that don't know if it wants to be on or off. Sorry, Austin. Had to say it, buddy. Well, everybody, welcome. I know we don't have the biggest viewers out there here tonight, but welcome. For those that are out there, we do appreciate it. Ooh, Dave getting a little loose there, look like. Now, PK just sitting back here, watching the battle up there, brewing, and that has been brewing between them two. He's probably thinking, all right, well, y'all make a mistake, and, you know, I'm going to be right there. And Charlie right behind him. Dave Hunt goes back in front here real quickly. Austin, boy, man, hammered down. So going back into Charlie here. Charlie, he's sitting back here too, right behind PK. Trying to have it his way here tonight. Up to third. Charlie back here is like, you know, y'all three up ahead of me make a mistake. Whoa, Austin did it again. See, PK and Charlie seeing all this. All right. Lap 60 already. Wow, almost to the halfway mark. For stage 2 will end the halfway mark here. Dave, Austin, PK, Charlie, Mike, Hanover, Jeff, John, Chris. John and Chris pretty close right here together, 8th and 9th. And then Daniel Williams, that's our top 10. Ronald McManus at 11th. And Fred is on pit road. He has been on pit road about 11 laps. He is 11 laps down. Man, Austin keeps on blinking like a Christmas tree, and I think Paul backed off of it a little bit. Let's go on a cockpit with Mr. PK here as Jeff Hollingsworth and Hanover Fist. Terry Adams, they go at it back there for 6th. And it looks like they are still going at it. So let's get back here real quick. Yep, they're coming up on Whitaker. So we got Whitaker, Hollingsworth, and Hanover right here. That's 5th, 6th, and 7th. Jeff has got his eye set on the 707. Trying to for a top of 5 right now. Or trying to get a top 5 right now. As he is going to go to the inside of Mike. Make the pass. No, he has completed it, but can he keep it? Out of turn number 2, he is going to do just that. And Austin still blinking. All right, back to the cockpit with PK. We'll see here if Austin does. Yeah, see Austin blinking. Yeah, so it is not just me then. Yeah, you see how Austin keeps blinking out there. That is not good at all. That's not good for Austin and definitely not good for Dave. Ooh. coming to lap 67. There we go, taking lap 67. It's going to be Dave Hunt. He has led 54 laps. Austin Williams has led 12. The only 2 leaders we have had. We've had that 1 stage caution. We've still got 74 laps to go. Make it 73 this time by. And, oh, just the 2 lead changes. That is it. That is all we have had coming up on the halfway mark here. So I figured it would be a pretty quick race. It's not over, though, folks. Definitely not over by any means. And Austin. And Austin just keeps on fluttering. All right, not seeing really anything right at the moment. And there is a lap number 70, white flag in the air. 1 more to go here for Dave Hunt. And we'll probably end up bringing Dave back down here, folks. If he can make it to the line. For stage number 2 and out of turn number 4, it is going to be Dave Hunt grabbing and sweeping the stages out here tonight. Congratulations to Dave Hunt on sweeping the stages, showing he's got something here at Iowa. We'll get Dave back down here and have a word with him about stage 2 and, you know, what to expect kind of going into stage 3 or the final stint of the race. And, you know, can they go the distance? 70, let's see here, there's 69 laps left right now. Let's go and get the stage 2 win off here. So right now we're sitting at 70 laps to go. I don't think, I think they might have enough fuel, but I don't think the tires are going to hold up that long, even on a new set here. So we'll see. We'll talk to Dave. It looks like Mike Whitaker, though, did stay out, and he did lead a lap, so a bonus point will be going to him. So, good call there by Mike on doing that. I'm sure Mike will come back down. Will come down pit road when he comes back around. And wow, Hollingsworth already off and away here. Whoa! All right, well, let's get Dave back down here and have a little chit chat with him again. Dave, got a copy again, buddy?
Hey, I got you, Josh.
Well, stage 2, but I'm sure you were a little concerned up there at some point because some blinky going on down there with Austin. What was going through your mind seeing him? He blinked. How did you manage to get back around him here?
Yeah, blinking was a little distractive, but ended up getting back around him. I was just threw my concentration off a little bit.
Oh, wow. Well, you were able to, you know, gather that, you know, concentration back. So, you know, that allowed you to get stage 2 here and, you know, sweeping the stages. But now we got to shoot out to the finish. Now, fuel-wise, can y'all make it?
I'm pretty sure the fuel were good.
Tires.
Yeah, that's a question.
That's a question. All right. So, I guess it all depends on how you think, you know, you've saved, if you chance it or not.
Yeah, it depends on if you abuse them or not, I guess, or take it easy.
Or cautions. You know,
yeah, exactly.
If they start to come out, definitely come down, take tires, you know. So, yeah, I could foresee that. I was a little, you know, looking at it, be like, I think I make it on fuel. But I doubt, you know, tires, you know, they're going to burn up. And, you know, you're going to be pretty slow, you know, per se. But if, you know, if not everybody pits, then everybody's pretty much going to be on the same level. They're not going to be able to pass. They're not going to be able to catch up. Now it's all about, all right, how do I save now without having to come down pit road?
Yeah, that's exactly right.
Well, Dave, man, keep it going, buddy. Good luck down there. You know, it's not over by any
Nope.
means. So,
No, not even close.
yeah, so, you know, you still got some work cut out for you, buddy. Congratulations on the stage wins out here tonight, both of them. See if you can bring it home at a victory lane here tonight, buddy. Good luck.
All right, appreciate it. Thanks.
Yep. All right. Well, let me see here. We were able to grab our stage winners here, and something happened to Jeff. He came back down pit road. Something happened to Jeff. Uh-oh. He might have forgot to click something there, folks. Fuel, tires, something. Because he come off pit road, and then he went all the way back around and had to come back down pit road. So, uh-oh. All right. Well, let's see here. Lap 75 here, and we have got 66 laps to go. So it's going to put us at 65 to go when we get back underway here, the Downforce Racing Series Season 13, round number 4 here at, it says, the fastest short track on the planet. I still would argue with that, but it's Iowa, so we'll just go with the flow. Here we go, folks. Gonna be a quick 75 or 65 laps here for sure. Here we go. Pace car will dive off to the safety of pit road. Dave Hunt, PK, top 2. Charlie, Hanover, John in our top 5 into the Geico start zone. Dave on the loud pedal, and here we go. Back underway here tonight at Iowa, the Downforce Racing Series, DFR, season number 13. Missing a lot of drivers out here tonight, folks, and I mean a lot of drivers. Not sure where everybody is that. All right, taking a look at Hanover, Charlie. Hanover right here in that 4 spot. John right behind him. Austin there in 6th. Now, I do not. Oh, I do have a crank it up here. Wow. Oh, here we go. Battle for second. Charlie getting around PK. I think PK let him have his way. I think PK let Charlie have his way. I'm sorry, I keep it going. Charlie up into second. I think PK let him around. Could be by design. Jeff Hollingsworth now trying to make his way back up through the field. Whoa, it got real close to the wall. He's right behind Daniel Williams here, and I would assume Daniel and Fred are related. I think. Whoa, Jeff! Get a little loose there out of 2. All right, well, let's go ahead and do it here, folks. Why not? Let's crank it up here tonight on MaxspeedTV. Alrighty, folks. Well, something happened to John. Oh, yeah, heavy damage on John Anderson. I was going to keep it crank it up here, but I want to find out here under the MaxspeedTV rewind on what happened to John Anderson here, folks. So let me take a look. looks like out of 4. Yeah, oh, out of 4. Yes, it was. And, oh, right there, right in front of the 15 of Austin Williams. Smacks the outside wall. Heavy damage to the 56 Arini machine. Now, John did come down, used one of his fast repairs, did put him 2 laps down, but back up live here. Oh, what a hard lick there by John. Not what he probably wanted to do here, but unfortunately, product of Iowa. Oh, Dave, Charlie, PK, Hanover, and Austin, top 5 as of right at the moment. Chris Walker trying to work his way back up through the field as Austin continues his light bulb thing down there. Out of turn 4. Like everybody hanging on here out of 4. John right now, boy, needs a couple of yellows. Of course, who does not want to see probably any yellows is that man right there, Dave Hunt. He is on a stretch here. He has already led the most laps. Ain't nobody going to be able to beat it. As Chris Walker, Austin Williams could have a potential battle here for 5th as Austin does go to the inside and has made the pass. Oh, somebody blew. I heard a pop from somebody. It might have been Fred. Had to have been, because that's the only one that I see with their speeds going down that far. Fred, like I said, sitting on pit road, and it looks like everybody else is fine. So it had to have been Fred. Alrighty, folks. Again, next week, Pocono, the tricky triangle. I call it Pinocchio because, well, the way it's shaped, it looks like Pinocchio's nose. And, oh, man, I did that again. Clicked the wrong button. What is that? Oh, okay, that is... That is from when the points didn't update. All right, got rid of that. All right, well, Dave Hunt starting to pull away here at about a second now ahead of Charlie. PK does have Mr. Hanover there, who started in 5th. He is up into that 4th position. Coming up on lap 100 here pretty quickly. We're going to be bringing up the point standings again, coming into tonight. Like I said, we're missing several drivers. We're missing Stephen Cross, Chris Gutierrez, Lonnie Barrington, looks like Rick Webb, Bob Lacovara, John Gallagher as well. So a lot of drivers in the top 16 not here tonight. So this is definitely going to shake up a few things. Jeff Hollingsworth coming into tonight, leading the way. He is sitting right back here in that 6th spot after starting in 4th. Now he is behind Austin. Austin up into the wall. And, oh! Oh, Chris Walker had to dodge him. Oh, Austin, major issues. He was up into the wall. He is down onto the apron, takes it, toes it behind the wall here, toes it down onto pit road. Whoa, yeah, we go back here and take a look at that, folks. We're going to be able to see Chris Walker having to literally take it down here as we see Austin go up into the wall, and then Chris Walker's coming, and oh man, barely got around him. Wow. And then of course we know Austin, he towed it to pit road. So man, oh man, so a couple of hiccups out here, but nothing really major. So that kind of opened the door here, and it looks like Austin's done. He has taken his car behind the wall here. So it's going to be, for those that are out on the track, it's going to be a guaranteed top 10. Now Fred does come out here in about, let's see, he would be able to, there is not enough laps for him to pick up that spot, unfortunately, over Austin Williams. So Fred will finish here into that 12th position tonight. Austin in 11th. So everybody that's out on the track guaranteed the top 10 here, regardless of what happens. As we are going to be coming now down to a lap 100 here. The next time by is going to be putting us at 40 to go. Now the question remains, will we see anybody come down pit road? Anybody? Dave Height pulling away from Charlie. PK's got some company, though. Hanover still right there, 103, folks. One lap of 103. Then going back here to Jeff in 5th, Mike 6th, Chris 7th, Daniel 8th, Ronald 9th, and John Anderson in 10th. It's all we've got on the track. Austin out of the race here tonight. Don't know why he decided to take it behind the wall unless the blinking was actually causing more harm than good. That could be the case. But so Austin is out. Fred Williams is sitting in his pit box, but I do not foresee Fred coming back out unless he wants to pull a few more laps out here tonight. But right now, everybody's just so spread out. I think the closest battle we've got is Mike Whitaker and Chris Walker, possibly Hanover and PK, at about 2 to 3 tenths of a second. So yeah, PK and Hanover pretty close. PK is about a half a second behind Charlie. So these three, Charlie, PK, Hanover, and then you've got Mike and Chris. So that's really about all we got. Not really seeing any movements going on. I do see Hanover kind of peeking every once in a while, but not able to really find a way to either get around him, or is just not pushing the issue. Not sure what Hanover's thinking. PK, not really sure what PK is thinking either, but you know, maybe I think right now they're just wanting to get this race done and over with. Well, while they continue to race it up, and it looks like the 78, that is Ronald McManus. He did go a lap down. Need to get up here to Dave Hunt. Been sitting back here on PK. So let's go ahead and get up here to Dave. Dave leading the way here. All right. 30 laps to go here momentarily. Dave pulling away. All right, Charlie, PK, Hanover. They're going to make it interesting. Second, third, and fourth. PK to the inside of Charlie. PK going to make the pass over Charlie. Now Charlie back to third. Hanover going to dive it down to the inside. Can he make it stick? Can he get around him? No, not out of turn number 4. We're going to see here if Hanover is going to try to launch it down there again. He's going to Van Hale it down there, I think. Pun in there somewhere. Yep, Eddie Van Halen, 1955, 2020, running a Eddie Van Halen paint scheme. That's why I said he's going to Van Hale it down there, you know. What old Charlie needs to do is go back and give old Hanover some of that Crown Royal. Maybe share it. Maybe get old Hanover a little bit woozy, and maybe Charlie be able to keep that P3. PK closing in a little bit on Dave Hunt. We'll see here. PK has something for him. Keeping an eye on it. Jeff trying to make his way up to Hanover here. Closing the gap a little bit. Not by much, but a little bit. Mike, Chris. Looks like these two still pretty close together. Daniel, Ronald. See, Daniel is the last driver on the lead lap. And Ronald McManus is the first driver a lap down. And John is 2 laps down. So Ronald would like a yellow of some sort. Water bottle, tire blow, you know, something to possibly get him, you know, back on the lead lap or the leader's pit. In that case, Ronald would have his lap back, but he's been out here the same amount of time as everybody else, about 43, 44 laps. So, you know, he would have to come down pit road if, I think if everybody else did, because everybody would be on those fresh tires for sure. I just don't foresee anybody coming down right now unless we get that you-know-what. And it looks like a bump into, you know, right there, 1 and 2. We've seen Hanover pop it a few times. And it looks like Hanover is going to try it again here around the front stretch, down into turn 1. We're going to see if that 69, yeah, he did get around. Oh, Charlie, whoa! Charlie. Whoa, Jeff. Charlie and Jeff. Wow, Hanover got around. Charlie and Jeff was right there, boy. I bet that scared the daylights out of Hollingsworth. Jeff, you okay down there, buddy? Man, oh man, that was close. Boy, if that could have ended badly for Charlie, Jeff, you know, and of course everybody's in the same room here tonight. Hanover, PK, Charlie, Danny Williams, Dave Hunt, Freddie, Jeff, Chris, Ronald. All of them is in the other guys' room hanging out together. They're actually also in their respective team channels in iRacing, so we can't hear, you know, anything that's going on. But, you know, that that was interesting. Whoa, 19 to go here, folks, already. 19 laps to go. Dave Hunt looking to lap the 56 again of John, or lap him at least, put him another lap down. That would be 3 laps. I don't think John's going to fight him. No, John's going to stay high. He's going to let Dave go to the inside. Man, oh man. Well, Jeff getting around Charlie. Jeff up into 4th, right where he started. Can he make a last-ditch effort push up to Hanover and get around him for a podium finish? Well, every time Jeff says he hates a track, he either wins it, top 3, or top 5. So we'll find out and see exactly what Hollingsworth decides to do here. Let's see here if he has enough tire left out there, or enough tires. Tire, that's 1. He's got 1 tire out there on the track, folks. He doesn't have 4, he's got 1. Tires left, enough rubber underneath that machine to make one last ditch effort up to Hanover. Right now, Hanover, though, set in P3, and he's got about a second lead, roughly, over Jeff. Dave, man, 3.3, 3.5 seconds ahead of a PK. PK just getting around the 78 of Ronald McManus. And you look at Dave, man, he is on rails out here tonight. The Embry Aeronautical University machine. I mean, we might just have to check that car after the race here. He might have put something underneath that hood here this evening. We'll check it out. PK trying to close it. And Jeff down to 7/10. He's gaining some time. Is there enough laps? 13 coming to 12 to go here, folks. 12 laps to go here tonight at Iowa, the Downforce Racing Series, season 13, round number 4. Round 5 at Pocono next week. love studio mode in OBS. I can do some adjustments and nobody can see them. That is so cool. All right. Well, here we go. Coming to 9 to go. PK. Oh, PK. Now trying to get around John here. Not for position, but lap traffic. John not going to fight him. And let him around. Head over. There we go. Whoa, head over. Went a little bit too high, looked like. Jeff ran him down. Well, we're going to have a battle here for the top 3, folks. I think we're going to have a battle here for podium. I want to find out here under the MaxspeedTV rewind. Boy, I wish I could do a rewind and a replay. That'd be so cool. I want to find out, though, what happened here to Mr. Hanover, and I think he might have just took that a little bit too high. It opened it up. Then again, oh, yeah, he might have taken it just a little bit too high. Like I said, where he let Jeff around, I don't know. Something happened. Something happened. Jeff up to that 3rd spot here as we are back live here. 7 to go. It'll be 6 to go here at the line. Now what we don't want to, whoa, Dave Hunt got a little squirrely out of 4 there. Oof. All right, what we don't want to see now is, yeah, you know what. Oh, Ronald McManus really, really slow. It looks like he might have almost lost it. Good save. It looks like he is going to slow way, way down. Does not want to spin it here with 5 to go. 5 to go, man. What a... Boy, I'm sure if he did, man, he would probably kick himself. I don't want to cause a caution here late into the race. So he's probably just going to kind of just take it as slow as he possibly can, finish out the race and be done with it. But like I said, it's going to be a guaranteed top 10 for everybody that is left out onto the track. Boy, Jeff in quite of a pickle here. Oh, man. 56 to his outside. He's got Hanover behind him. Jeff's drive. Oh, 56 way up into the wall there. We heard some squeaking. 56 got up into the wall. John Anderson. Oh, Dave Hunt going to be taking the 3 to go here, folks. 3 laps to go. All right, here we go, folks. 1 lap remains here tonight. We are going to finish this out under regulation. Dave Hunt grabbed the pole, swept the 1st and 2nd stage here tonight. What a race for Dave Hunt coming out of turn number 4. Dave Hunt is going to win it here tonight at Iowa. Paul PK will finish in 2nd. Jeff Hollingsworth, you did it again. Grabbing the top 3 here tonight. Hanover, awesome job, buddy. They're in 4th. Charlie grabbing the top 5 here this evening. But Dave Hunt, our winner here this evening tonight at Iowa. What a race. Not the biggest field, but nevertheless, the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University machine grabbing the win. I'm going to go ahead and grab the top 3 down here, folks. Hang tight. We will be right back. Alrighty, folks, we are back. We have caught up with our top three here tonight. We're going to go ahead and bring him up. We gave him a hard time all night long here tonight. The Coast Guard 97, always saying, I hate tracks, I hate this, I hate that. Well, Jeff, you did it again here tonight, buddy. Top three for you, man. When you say that, usually win. Usually either in podium or top five. So here tonight, you grabbed the podium, man, third. But as we were just talking earlier, man, it was kind of a struggle out there, not only for you, but for everybody else. But no cautions, but there could have been.
Yeah, there was a lot of almosts, right?
Yeah, and for a few moments there, I thought maybe you was going to have to go change your drawers, man. Talk about some of the
He
battles.
saw that one
yeah,
where I had to
yeah.
dodge him and go down to the apron.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, that was crazy.
Kind of talk about those battles, though, here. Even with only 12 cars, it was still tough.
Oh, I'm tired. I mean, I of course stepped on myself, and what happened? Oh, it said I passed under yellow, which I did not. Definitely did not. But anyway, so it gave me a black flag, and they cleared it, but you still got to start from the back. So then on the second stage, I had to race my way up, and I got fourth, I think, or something. So I got some points. But anyways, and then the last one, I because I had the black flag and I didn't think they were going to clear it, I had unchecked my tires and everything. So when I came in to serve it, I wouldn't have the tires on.
Yeah.
Anyway, so I went into pit after the second stage, and I didn't get tires. So I had to go all the way back through, and then at the end of the stage, I had to start in the back again. So if we had a points for passing cars, I would have got that one. But it was fun. I mean, I just dislike this track. I won't say hate since you bag on me, but it's always it's so hard. Especially with this car, there's just no grip. No matter how long the run is, nothing ever feels like you can put power down. You're always having to play with the gas pedal, and I mean, everybody's used to that, but still, it's just frustrating as heck. But all in all, I thought it was a great race. Congrats to Dave and to my boy PK for getting P2, and good racing by all, I thought.
Yep, it was a great race. Like I said, not the biggest field we've ever seen, not the smallest either. So. But hey, it was still, great racing out there. A lot of drivers keeping it really close, and, you making it past Hanover there, for a second. I thought Hanover maybe was going to grab that third place, and I'm sure you did too, but,
Yeah, he was jamming. I felt afterward, of course, after the race, he's like, and I thought I was going to get my first podium. I'm like, I feel bad. But, I mean, I'm trying to catch PK because now he's going to bag on me for beating me all week. He'll bag on me for that. But Terry had a great race, man. He really did. And Dave just blasted the field, smoked us.
Yeah, I was about to say he just kind of smoked everybody. Well, I got it up here already. Next week we go to the Tricky Triangle, Pinocchio, as I like to call
Love
it.
it.
I know
it's one of my favorites. Hopefully. That's a good one.
I know you like Pocono, man. What do you think is going to be the biggest strategy there at that track?
I don't know. I mean, the strategy is to try to get the most points in the
stages.
Yeah. I mean, because you could always have a bad week, and then you've got those points to rely on. I mean, I have a pretty good gap with the points I've got, so. Like if I would have, I was aiming to finish as high as I could, but if I would have finished further back, I would have been okay in the points still. Yeah. So I'm watching that replay on 80 where I dodged everybody. That was crazy.
Yeah, right. Yeah, it was insane. Well, Jeff, as always, man, awesome job out here tonight, buddy.
Thank you.
It was great racing by everybody. I mean, it was close at times, but great racing by everybody, man. I know you got some, final thought, shout outs, thanks you want to give. So go ahead.
Oh yeah, man. Shout out to you and the broadcast, and I hope Bob's having a nice business trip. He's on a trip apparently. Good racing everybody on my team. Austin had to drop out. He had technical difficulties, but everybody knows he's a wheel man.
Yes.
And we had such a small field, but hopefully everybody shows up for Pocono next week, and that's all, man. Have a good rest of your week. God bless you.
All righty, Jeff. You too, buddy. God bless yourself, man.
Thanks.
Thank you. All righty, well, that's Jeff. Let's go ahead And get up here to I have an intro. I have an intro for this guy. PK had it his way. You're good. If you was gonna finish a podium, I had that planned all night long, dude. So.
Oh yeah. I was hoping I was having it my way, but I'll take second place.
Hey, yeah, let's talk about it, man. P2, you got up there. I mean, you had your fair share of your night here tonight too. It wasn't without a fight, man. So talk about it, stages, and then green throughout the whole race, but there was some close calls out there.
Yeah, there was a few close calls. It was just a matter of keeping the same line, being consistent. I love this track. I know Jeff says he hates it, but even though he took third, I like this track. You have to drive this track like the same spot every time. Otherwise, if you're moving up and down a lot, you're going to burn your tires up quite a bit. You're going to either go too deep or go too wide. And I was just trying to keep up with Dave and chase Charlie down. I don't know how. It's probably the first time I've ever actually chased Charlie down without giving me a decent fight for trying to pass him, because he usually lets me go because he knows I'm going to burn my stuff up, because I got this thing where I always had it in my head for a long time. I got to beat Charlie. But I just stayed very consistent tonight and didn't follow him, and just it ended up being a nice second place finish. I saw Jeff coming in the back, but I could hear him, going, oh ha. So I know he was slipping and sliding all over. So I was like, I finally just shut the relative off. I'm like, I'm not looking the last 20 laps. I'll just keep being consistent and let the dice land where they may.
So be consistent with every single lap. That's what it really took to finish where you finished at here.
Yep, it just had to be every single lap. I had to make sure I was hitting the right marks every single lap. There was a couple times where I dive in a little bit deeper on turn 3 because Terry was starting to get up to me quite close, and I shaked him a little bit of dirty air, and but he was going to have to fight me pretty hard for that one. But yeah, it was a fun race tonight. I was literally sweating because it was just like, man, there's no cautions. There's just the stages, and I figured, well, the tires can last as long as we were going, and I figured, well, I ain't gonna do pit stops, so I'm just gonna keep on going what I was gonna do.
Well, and we was talking to Dave throughout the race out here tonight, and I was asking him there at the end, is it possible to finish the race out here with the tires? I already knew fuel wasn't going to be a problem, but the tires, and he was even saying if you take care of them early, then you could push it later, and I think that's what pretty much everybody did. Saved them early, pushed it later.
Yep. I saved them, just kind of like I said, was consistent, wasn't trying to overdrive it or oversteer it or get it loose, or just same braking points. Obviously, when it's the first couple of laps when the tires are cold, you got to let up a little bit earlier. But it's just Iowa. You got to be consistent at every single lap.
Well, we go to one of my favorite hate to love tracks next week. I call it Pinocchio because it looks like Pinocchio's nose. Pocono, man, the Tricky Triangle. We know Jeff likes it. How do you feel about it?
It's usually not my favorite. I'm usually in the top.
Before.
Usually in the top. I like it in the IndyCar. I'll tell you that. I'm really, really fast in an IndyCar there. But but these cars, I think I'll be okay. Just learned a lot the other night just running the Gen 4s there. So usually if you can get a good Gen 4 that's really slippery around there, you can get these cars around decent. It'll take a few laps, but I think I'll be all right.
So you think it's going to be the same thing, a little bit slick, at 3 different turns, the entry point in each turn is different.
Yeah, you got to be consistent. It's just, you got to hit the points just right. And if, you got somebody that dive bombs into the tunnel turn there, it's real havoc to pass on the outside there. But and then the flat number 3 is really tough. But I've been learning to run a little bit higher on the first corner which has really helped me quite a bit, which is shockingly because I was watching a couple other good guys drive that, but driving the high side, and I was surprised how much it almost felt like a Kansas how you can run the high side into turn 1 and turn 2. So it actually felt pretty good. So.
All right, well, I guess we'll find out. We won't really know until we get there what it's like, but, it's the next trip on the schedule, round number 5, buddy. So awesome job out here tonight in a P2 finish. I know you got, final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give, PK. So, man, I'm going to turn the mic over to you, man.
Yeah, I'd just like to thank Jeff and Charlie and all my teammates, Fred and those guys that, they've really helped me become a better driver. I was mostly Indy and dirt driver, which I'm pretty good at. But yeah, those guys always making me consistent, and Ross and Austin and Danny and they're all good guys. We got a bunch of good guys that we all help each other in there. So I'd like to thank them, thank my folks. My dad's usually watching these races as well. And then I want to give a shout out to a family that I helped out on Saturday. During the big car wreck. We lost 2 of their family members, and I was able to pull 3 of their family members out and save a couple lives this weekend with my military training. I felt pretty good about it, although sad. We had a couple of funerals that we've got to go to, one today and one Saturday. So I'd like to dedicate this second place to those folks that we lost on Saturday and bless their families. So.
Yeah, and, I was going to say something about that, too. Just, everybody out there that is tuning in, keep the family in your thoughts and prayers. Keep PK in your prayers as well. I know you're going through a tough time with that. So, just keep everybody in their thoughts and prayers, folks. That's got to be tough, not only on you, PK, but for the families as well. So,
Yep, absolutely. So, and I appreciate all your work and not bother me during the race. Like I always tell you, don't interview me during the race.
Oh, well, that might come next week. You don't know.
Oh boy. You know what happens? You jinx me every time.
I know. And I'm real good at that. So,
Oh yeah, if it isn't Rudy, it's you. You gave me the max speed terminal illness every time I get in here.
Yep. I think that's what happened. It rubbed off. So.
Yes, it did.
All righty.
God bless. Thanks for everything you do, Josh. I appreciate it.
You're welcome, PK. Man, go celebrate. We'll see you next week, buddy.
Thanks, brother.
Yep. All right. Well, that is going to bring us to our winner here tonight. The class of the field. One without a fight, though. Dave, we talked to you throughout the night, the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University, and I hear that car is actually being looked at by Hanover right now. So let's hope that does, you are the winner because, the way you kind of drove out here tonight, there might be something underneath that hood we need to talk about here. No,
Yeah, that's what the officials came and got me right away, so I guess they're going to confiscate this thing.
Yeah, I mean, it was an amazing race. I mean, you had pretty much clean air throughout the race. I mean, you did happen to, have to get around, some lap traffic out here tonight, but other than that, kind of talk about, your struggles, if you even had any, and, what you had to overcome here this evening.
Yeah, the only thing was Austin blinking there and then I didn't want to get into him, and I was trying to get around him and ended up working out and got back around him. But other than that, then there was a couple of times coming out of 4 where I didn't quite get out the way I wanted to. And I don't know if I messed my tires up a little bit, but it finally came back to me. And yeah, without any cars around me, I got to use pretty much the same line throughout the whole race. So I think that helped out a lot and all that clean air.
Yeah, I think clean air here tonight really played a big factor in it, Dave. Pit stops. Y'all really didn't do any pit stops here tonight other than under the, the stages. I mean, you guys ran it, at the end there, after the second stage all the way to the end. I am going to go ahead and ask you, though, how was the tires there at the end? It looks like about 68 lap run there. I'm sure you were feeling them.
Yeah, not as bad as some of them. I heard them talking, but mine weren't that bad. I was still running the same time there at the end as I was, 20 laps earlier, so
wow.
They weren't that bad.
Okay, so you really didn't have to burn them off. You just kept running your line and everything. So kind of worked out for you, man. Yeah,
Yeah.
amazing job, buddy. So, grabbing a win here, bud. I mean, awesome job coming into tonight. They're into that 7th spot in the point standing, so you are going to pick up some points. Still a long season to go. What are you hoping for this season? As the season continues, of course, next week's Pocono. So
that's too bad. I'm gonna miss that. I'm gonna miss the next 2 weeks.
No.
Yeah, I'm gonna be out of town, so that was maybe a little bit extra motivation for me tonight to get as many points as I could get, and I ended up doing it.
Wow. So out the next 2 weeks, man.
Yeah.
Well, I guess you could call it, a mini vacation, I guess you could say.
Yeah, I'd rather be racing, but I got some work to go do, but it's okay. But yeah, for the season here, yeah, like you said, it's early, so we still got some racing to do.
Oh,
so
no.
I just like to come out here and have some fun.
All right, so you're going to miss Pocono and Talladega?
Oh, no.
Oh.
Yeah, both good tracks for me.
The 2nd and the 9th of November. Wow. So you'll be back, hopefully, around the 16th, which will be Richmond, right before the off week. Come on, Dave.
Is that what's happening?
Yeah.
Oh, no.
Yeah, you got Pocono, Talladega, and then Richmond, and then an off week.
I might be able to make the Talladega one. It depends on when my flight gets back, so we'll see.
Well, hopefully there's no delay. So, we know you're going to miss Pocono. Let's
sure.
kind of talk about, Talladega, it's super speedway, it's crapshoot, anybody can win it. But also talk about Richmond, because that, you'll be there for that race for sure.
Yeah, I like Richmond. That's why I like this track, because it sort of reminds me of Richmond and sort of got to drive it a little bit the same way. So I'd look forward to that one. That's for darn sure. I got a win last night in another league at Daytona. So it's sort of nice to have 2 wins back to back. I don't think I've had that in a while either.
Wow. Oh, awesome job there, buddy, man. I know you got, like you said, some work you got to do, and I'm sure you're going to be getting ready for it. Enjoy, at least a week off. Well, hopefully we'll see you back at Talladega. If not, definitely Richmond. So, go celebrate your win here tonight. I know you got some final thoughts, shout-outs, thanks you want to give before you go celebrate. So I'm going to turn the mic over to you, bud.
Yeah, I want to thank Bob Lacavera for this setup here. He did a great job putting this thing together, so appreciate that. All the fans out there watching, family that watches this, everybody here in this league that puts everything on, Terry and Mike that does everything behind the scenes, and my sponsor, Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University. Appreciate all their support.
All righty, Dave. We'll go celebrate your victory here tonight. We'll see you. We'll see you at least at Richmond. If not, we'll see you.
Maybe Talladega.
Maybe Talladega. All righty, go celebrate your victory here tonight, buddy. Have fun, but be safe, man. Be safe.
All right, thanks, Josh.
Well, all right. Well, he's down here and he knows the drill. We're gonna have to bring him up here. That 69 Van Halen machine. We usually don't interview fourth, but hand over, dude. It was a fight down there and a lot of oh no moments. Not a huge field. We talked to you earlier, but man, talk about the battles, the struggles, the ups and downs, everything down there. You and of course everybody else had to go through here tonight.
It was some battling. You could get to them, you could get next to them, but past them, you had to catch him at the right time. I that last stage, I sat behind Paul and battled him for a while, and then Charlie slowly came back to us because he kind of pushed hard, and then he got lucky and got around Charlie quickly. So then I was fighting with Charlie till I finally got around Charlie, and then I finally was trying to make my way back up to PK, and I looked in my mirror, and here comes Jeff, and I'm just like, yeah, he'll have fresher tires because he wasn't running side by side lap after lap like I was. So yeah, I had to watch him go bye past me. Thought I had a podium finish for once, but yeah, but there was no way to save him. I mean, I knew right away the minute we pulled out from stage 2 that we had the fuel, and I pretty much figured these guys were going to push the tire right to the end. So it was risk reward. How hard you push, could hurt you, could help you. In my case, it hurt me, but it Pit stops help though. I did come out in a good spot after the second stage. I have to pat my pit crew in the back and not yell at them this week.
Well, it was tough. I mean, I could see the struggles, even from up here watching it, the struggles you guys were having, and even I know some drivers were talking about out of turn 4, but even it looked like out of turn number 2, it looked like at times you guys were getting a little loose out of 2 as well.
I finally found, and again, I told you at the beginning, I hate this track, but I figured out finally after all these years of running here, the line going into 1, so that you minimize hitting the bump either on the high line or the low line where the tunnel comes in, and still apexing way low, almost at the end of 2, like 3/4 the way around 2, and I could come in a little hotter, and as she's woeing, I just let her drop to that bottom, and I made up a lot of time on people ahead of me just with that corner, and then try to set them up for 3 and 4, and I'd get down there and get side by side, and yeah, coming out of 4, it depended if they were way up, you could step on the gas a little bit more, maybe get a bit of a pull, but if they were anywhere close to you, you had to baby the throttle coming out. So there you were, start finish line, side by side again. Then you had to start the process all over again. So
yeah, it was quite the show, even for the small field. I mean, you guys were battling at times. There was some 3 wide, but I mean it was quick. It wasn't massive 3 wide, just 3 wide pass and then it's done. So it was nothing that we really had to be, I guess, too concerned about. What we had to be concerned about, though, was, cars getting a run and then coming right up in front of other drivers, the slide job there, Hanover. That could have went south pretty quickly. But everybody did a pretty good job of handling everything, which just showed the great driving that, everybody does have here. And, tough break for Austin, very fast car out here tonight, just though the internet connectivity issues, the blinking,
trust me,
yeah,
I saw it.
Yeah, and it happens, and it sucks, but what else can you do?
I know. I was I think it was 3 laps before I finally got around Charlie. I got a run on him coming out of 4. We were just about side by side going into 1. He stayed high enough I could get my line, and just as I was about halfway through, I had screen drop where I had lost a couple pages and I had just fluttered. And it's like, I know if I step on the gas, I'll probably stay inside of them, but if I'm fluttering, I don't know if I'm blinking as far as iRacing considers. And I didn't want to slide up into him, so I had to burp the throttle and let him get ahead of me. And then once I watched my bars go back up to the normal frame rate, then I finally I took 2 more laps again to line him up, and then finally get the run at him. But yeah, you had to work at it, but with everybody and their ability to hold their line, it just made for some really good fights. I fought with Whitaker in the first and second stage quite a bit for spots. And it's funny because as long as we were fighting, cars that end up being slower than us were staying ahead of us. And then suddenly we got by them and those cars started falling back. But, all that, if we'd have just kind of lined up, I suppose. But he and I have raced so long, it's like, I'm not letting him get ahead of me. No, not going to happen.
Yeah, I think it was back and forth. You guys did an amazing job out here. Hopefully next week at Pocono we have a bigger field. I think we will. Hopefully a few drivers will be back. That's the, upcoming race. So what do you think about Pocono for round 5, buddy?
I've always liked Pocono since I drove it in the Indy cars, and trucks, I had good luck there. I even had a good couple races there in the Xfinity cars, and we were run them on Tuesdays. And I can stay mid-pack with this car, but I finishing better lately, so who knows? I might even be up in the hunt at the end. Who knows?
Yeah, you never know.
or I'll Jeff Gordon and come down and just pace the wall going into one. Who knows?
Yeah, exactly. Alrighty, Hanover. Well, awesome job out here tonight, grabbing the top 5 and 4th, man. I know you got a few final thoughts, shout-outs, things you want to give, so I'm going to go ahead and let you do it, buddy.
Yeah, a big shout out to you for the broadcasting, and to Bob, since he's gone this week and I'm in charge again. And the guys for making it a nice, clean race. I mean, that's a lot of it. That shows the talent is the cleanness of the racing.
Yeah, I mean, like I said, it could have went south pretty quick, but it didn't. Everybody kept it clean. So, I guess we'll see how Pocono holds.
No one knows until Pocono goes.
Pocono goes. All righty, Hanover, we're going to let you get to it, man. Go celebrate P4 here tonight. We'll see you next week, man.
All righty, you have a good one.
You too, buddy. All right, well, that is Hanover Fist there. Now, Charlie, he actually left before I could get him down here. I was actually going to pull him down, but he already just jumped ship here. The Crown Royal 40 will grab that P5 spot, getting over here to the unofficial results, spinning into the admin stuff here tonight, but I doubt there's going to be any. Dave Hunt in the Embry-Riddle Aeronautical University machine, grabbing the win, dominating performance there by Dave here tonight. OPK didn't quite have it his way, but he had it his way enough for that second spot. Jeff Hollingsworth up into third. We'll see if Jeff can make it 2 spots better next week at Pocono. Hanover there in 4th, and of course Charlie in 5th. Mike Whitaker 6th, Chris Walker 7th, Daniel Williams in 8th, John Anderson 9th, Ronald McManus 10th. A tough break out here for Austin. Had a very fast car, and unfortunately not very good internet here tonight. He had to drop out of the race, some technical issues. Tough break, Austin. Finishing back here at 11th. Fred Williams finished in 12th here tonight. But again, our winner, Dave Hunt. Again, thank you everybody for tuning in here tonight on MaxspeedTV and the Downforce Racing Series here tonight. That is going to do it. Until next time, folks, stay safe. Thank you all again, and have a good night.